Hey everyone, today's video is about when someone flirts with you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's get going. You're sitting at a cafe, the warm, rich scent of coffee swirling in the air, mingling with the soft chatter of people around you. Bakugo's off on a patrol, and you're waiting for him to get off duty. He should be here soon. The day was going peacefully enough, until he hears someone clear their throat next to your table. Glancing up, you see a tall guy with a confident grin plastered across his face. His eyes come over you a little too thoroughly for your liking. "Hey," he says smoothly, leaning on your table. "You look like you could use some company." Your first instinct is to brush him off. You're not exactly in the mood for company. Well, except for Bakugo, of course. But something about the guy's tone sets off alarms in your mind. And you take a slow sip of your drink, hoping he will get the hint. "I'm good, thanks." You reply politely but curtly. You're already thinking about how Bakugo would react if he walked in and saw this. "Come on," the guy presses, undeterred by your clear dismissal. "It's a beautiful day. You shouldn't be sitting here all by yourself. A girl like you deserves better." He let out a small sigh, internally counting down the seconds until Bakugo shows up. Knowing him, he's probably going to be irritated that you're even dealing with this, even though it's not like you asked for it. "Actually, I'm not alone," you say, a little sharper now. "I am waiting for someone." But the guy doesn't seem to care. He pulls out the chair across from you and makes himself comfortable, as if you have invited him to sit. "Whoever they are, they're not here now, so why don't we just—" Oi. The voice that interrupts him is unmistakable, low and full of irritation. You turn, and there he is, Katsuki Bakugo, standing just a few feet away, hands in his pockets, with his crimson eyes fixed on the stranger with a glare that could melt steel. Bakugo walks over with slow, deliberate steps, the tension around him palpable. The guy across from you tenses up immediately, glancing between you and Bakugo, as if suddenly realizing that he's made a terrible mistake. "Katsuki," you greet him, feeling a strange mix of relief and amusement, though you don't let it show. Bakugo's eyes flick to you, and for a moment, it softens briefly, before he focuses on the guy still sitting at your table. He doesn't say anything at first, just stares down at him with a kind of intensity that makes the air feels heavy. "Who the hell do you think you are?" Bakugo finally asks, his voice deceptively calm, though you know him well enough to hear the simmering rage underneath. The guy laughs nervously and stands up, holding his hands up in surrender. "Hey man, I didn't know she was taken. No harm done, right?" "Too late for that, you ass." Stepping closer, Bakugo growls. "You don't just sit down and start flirting with someone else's partner." "Easy man, I'll just leave." The guy quickly retreats, practically stumbling over himself as he scurries out of the cafe, casting one last glance over his shoulder to make sure that Bakugo isn't following him. You exhale, watching him go before shifting your attention to Bakugo, who is still standing there with his jaw clenched, clearly still fuming. "Katsuki, he's gone," you say softly, reaching out to take his hand. His skin is warm, and his fingers immediately tighten around yours, but he doesn't relax just yet. "I swear to God, people think they can do whatever the freaking hell they want," he mutters, his free hand clenching into a fist at his sides. "Like I wouldn't tear them apart." You smile a little, giving his hand a gentle tug. "You don't need to tear anyone apart, babe. I handled it." Bakugo scoffs, but finally looks down at you properly, the tension in his shoulders easing ever so slightly. You shouldn't have to handle shit like that. That guy is lucky I didn't get here sooner. You chuckle and pull him into the seat across from you, your thumb brushing over his knuckles. I can take care of myself just fine, you know. He narrows his eyes at you, clearly not extremely convinced. Yeah, but you shouldn't have to. If I wasn't on patrol, I'd have been here sooner. You tilt your head, studying him for a moment. Bakugou's always been fiercely protective of you. It's one of the many things you love about him, even if it can be overwhelming sometimes. I appreciate it, you say softly, meeting his gaze. But really, I've got this. It's not the first time someone's hit on me, you know? Bakugou's grip on your hand tightens and he lets out a frustrated huff. It better be the last. You smile, and this time it reaches your eyes. I'd hope so too. I mean, you're intimidating. Enough for the both of us. He leans back in his chair, still holding your hand, but his glare still softened into something more affectionate. Damn right I am. There's a comfortable silence between you for a moment, the tension from earlier slowly dissipating. You can feel the warmth of his presence, the way his thumb now gently brushes against yours, a stark contrast to his earlier anger. Sorry I couldn't get here sooner. I hate it when you have to deal with shit like that. You shake your head. Katsuki, it's okay. I mean, you're here now, so it doesn't matter. Damn right I am. He mutters again, though this time it's softer, more for himself than you. The cafe feels a little cozier with him here now, and you relax back in your seat, feeling the weight of the earlier encounter melt away. Bakugou's presence was steady and grounding, even if he has a habit of being intense. I love you, you know that, you say quietly, almost casually, because it's something that you've said 100 times before, but it still feels very important every time. Bakugou's eyes soften further, and he lets out a low grunt that's somewhere between embarrassed and affectionate. Yeah, I know. Of course I know. And I love you too. More than those idiots deserve to know. You grin at him. Wanna head home then? You ask, already gathering your things, knowing his answer. Bakugou stands up, stretching his arms above his head, before slinging an arm around your shoulders. Yeah, let's get out of here. I'm sick of this place already. You laugh, leaning into his warmth as you both head for the door. And as you step out into the fresh air, Bakugou pulls you closer, his hand resting firmly on your waist, letting everyone know around you that, without a doubt, you were his. Thank guys for listening. Hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And goodbye!